Hello and welcome to Wake Up Call. We have got a brand new week here and we have got, my goodness me, a super exciting week here at Crafters TV. You certainly have joined us at exactly the right time because I know we always say it is always a case of the early bird catches the worm, but I think today especially that phrase is going to be particularly relevant because we are kicking off our Halloween spectacular. Wow, we are going big this year. We are pulling out all the stops when it comes to our Halloween launches. I know we brought you that amazing Sarah Signature Halloween box last year. It literally came in and it was out the door in literally a few hours. It flew out the door. So if last year's celebrations were anything to go by, this year is going to be super busy. So like I say, we are definitely right place, right time. Get these items added to your baskets, get them checked out. Don't even wait for that launch day show. Get those items in your baskets, get them on their way to you, and then you can sit back, you can relax, and you can enjoy that launch day show that we've got coming up at 3 o'clock. Now, today, I think, we'll probably say it every day this week, but I think today might be the most exciting day because we have got our biggest and best, in my opinion, Halloween collection ever launching on Crafters TV. It is a collection and a half, that is for sure. It's absolutely incredible. I can't wait to show you everything you've got included. I'm clearly quite excited, but I think there might be someone who's a little bit more excited than I am. He loves Halloween. He's been telling us since about the 1st of November last year that Halloween's coming. Halloween has now officially arrived. It's here at Crafters TV. He's excited. He's dressed for the occasion. I know he's got the most amazing demos lined up. It is, of course, it's Craig. Good morning, Craig.
Oh, good morning, Lily. Yes,
are you excited?
It's here. Halloween is coming. In actual fact, Halloween is here for you guys at home to get your hands on this collection. I've been teasing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. As Lily said, we've got an incredible week coming up, but we are going to be starting with our biggest and best, in my opinion, Halloween collection launch that we've ever done. We listened to you guys off the back of last year saying we want a full collection. We've done that for you. I know Lily will go through everything just shortly as to what you're getting, and I'll give you the demonstrations, but the key thing with these ones here is this is kickstarting this week. We've still got incredible launches all throughout the week. Myself and Debbie gave you that first look yesterday that you can always go back and watch, but everything is going to complement. Let's have a quick look, you know, these sorts of things. So I done this one yesterday within first look here, using some of the embellishments that are coming soon. In actual fact, the embellishments tucked right at the back there, going to be launching tomorrow. But you've got things such as your edibles, the pumpkins, you've got your jack-o'-lanterns that you can see there. The paper pads are beautiful. You've then got all your little embellishment dies like the witch and the pumpkin. You've got the bats and the cauldron. But what you've got within this collection is kind of like the best of both. And what I mean by that is you've got cutesy scary, but then what you have got is elements that are, you know, perceived as proper scary, in my opinion. So if you're going to use them for the kiddies, then that's great. They're going to love the fun. They're going to love all the characters and the designs. Ooh. But then if you want to come along with some of the real scary bits, you know, maybe the granddad's going to love something like, maybe not granddad, maybe a wrong term there on that one there, but you know what I mean? You know, maybe someone within the family is going to love that, as long as when it comes to the Halloween, maybe you're going to put one of the other characters on there. You can absolutely do that. Have a play when it comes to the shapes. If you want to do all the different concepts as well, you can do that because you've got your folders, you've got your stencils as well. You've got linen cardstock paper pads. There's just so much that you've got, bringing in your template library and then starting to design your own elements. Maybe you're going to come in with your water reactive inks, your duet ink pads, whatever you want. Second last one for now, going in with the embossing folder with stencils. But then what about this one as well? Love that one. Aww. Absolutely love our Julia's made there, just tearing out the centre there. There is so many cards, projects, home decor, scrapbook pages, talking about scrapbook pages within the actual launch day show. And I know Lily will talk you through because we actually start an hour later now as of today. We're going to be doing things such as colouring with the stencils and folders, scrapbook pages. We've got little projects as well, like this one here. You've got your little template that you can be making your little pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern treat boxes that you can see here. It is jam-packed full, but it's your request that it's jam-packed full. I cannot wait for this show, but more importantly later on for launch day.
We have got such an exciting day lined up, haven't we? What an incredible collection. I mean, look at all those samples that Craig's already shown you, all the sorts of ideas that you're going to be coming up with when you get this collection home. It's an absolutely stunning collection. It's jam-packed full. You've got so many items that you can be playing with when you get this collection home. This is our brand new All Hallows Eve collection. This is launching today. It is brand new to Crafters TV. You have never ever seen this fabulous collection before. This is our official launch. We are so excited to be able to bring to you the most incredible collection. You've got dies, you've got stamps, you've got templates, of course you've got the most incredible paper pad, you have got your cardstock as well, even embellishments included as part of this collection. I mean, showstopper, it certainly is a showstopper and a half. You are getting this full complete collection, absolutely everything included, for a Platinum Club price today of £76 or bang on $100. That's taking your 20% Platinum saving off that already brilliant price. Now, super exciting. Shall we have a little look at some of the items you are getting as part of this incredible collection? Now, I have to start with this one because I love the fact that this collection is not just about your card making, and I think that's really pertinent to all of your Halloween makes, because a lot of our creations at Halloween time are not just about sending cards, they're about those gift bags, those treat bags, maybe about decorations for your Halloween parties, and I love the fact that we've brought that to the forefront with this fabulous template that we're including. Really easy to draw around. I know that Craig will have some demonstrations lined up with this one as we move throughout the shows today, but you can create your 3D boxes with this. But I want you to think of the other ways you could be using this. Maybe you're going to draw around your stencil, but you're just going to chop off that little piece at the bottom, leaving you with just a topper there of the jack-o'-lantern. Wouldn't that work a treat as well? So options with that one besides just using it to create your fabulous boxes. Now, we do love an embossing folder, don't we? And this one is absolutely brilliant because this is going to be your scene setter. This is going to create your backgrounds where you can add any sort of element over the top. Love all the detail that we get within this one. Doesn't it look amazing? Just emboss with your black cardstock, add some of your gilding waxes over the top, and it works an absolute treat for Halloween. But with that one, it does not stop there. We actually include your stencils as well. Now, these are completely standalone. You can use these separately if you want to. But the idea is that you can layer up your stencils over the top of that embossed design. So then you've not only got the raised and embossed image with your embossing folder, but you also have those coloured elements over the top as well. Now, I'm going to give you a little sneaky peek, a little hint. Over on the website, as part of our incredible Craft Spooktacular event, don't forget that you've got that page with all your specific Halloween themed items. Now, we do have that ghostly treasure hunt on there. Look out for that little ghost image in some of the products. There'll be a few products on there, an extra 25 bonus points attached to them. Now, I'm going to say something that I probably shouldn't, okay? But I'm going to tell you nice and early, 10 past 11 on a morning, right? When you're building up these layers, you're probably going to want to use your finger daubers. They work a treat with your inks. All I'm going to say is make sure you hop over to that page, maybe have a little look for those finger daubers in there. I'm going to say no more, but finger daubers work a treat with these. Building up your backgrounds, but perhaps you want to be building up more backgrounds and you've got more stencils allowing you to do this. Look at all the incredible designs that you're getting included as part of here. Mix up the different types of inks that you're using and you'll change that look and feel. Maybe you're going to ink through using some of your pigment inks and then add some of your clear embossing powder over the top. That would work absolutely perfectly to give you that raised glossy design. So many different options to really start to bring those projects to life. Even more stencils, and I love this one because it allows you to customize. You can sort of like build your own ghost. Aren't these super cool? We're providing both the positive and the negative with your stencils, and then all of the different little faces. Stamp those into the center and you can change up the characters, create some really quirky little ghost designs. Now for me, I absolutely love these. You know I love a stamp set, and these are just absolutely adorable. Like Craig says, you've got some more of your traditional, maybe more spooky Halloween, and then you've got your super cute Halloween. I mean, look at him, the little ghost. He is just absolutely adorable. And your fabulous sentiments. Love the fact that those sentiments will also fit on your gravestone as well, so you can start to mix and match those together, which is absolutely brilliant. Just love that set of stamps. And then we're even including edgeable dies. I mean, I'm thinking paper piecing with that one. Wouldn't that be absolutely fabulous? Cut it on the side of your cards. Maybe it's going to be on the sides of your concept cards, on your boxes, on your gift bags as well. A fabulous pumpkin design. Maybe even snip into that and use it alongside other elements from the collection as an embellishment rather than just an edgeable design. And then we're including so many additional elements, all these embellishment dies that can really finish off your makes absolutely perfectly. Our Happy Halloween die, love the font on that one, really swirly, really fun font that we've got with our Happy Halloween. And then we've got all our, what I sort of think of as almost like your builder dies. These are the ones that you can build together to create fabulous pieces for your cards. They can just be that slight embellishment, maybe tucked in a corner, in the centre of a bow even, or multiple cut them and start to build up your own toppers. Cut them in your different colours of cardstock. Maybe it's going to be that linen cardstock that you got included, and you're going to get a fabulous result. I mean, look at those. Those are just classic Halloween, aren't they? Just fabulous. You've got all your black cats, your cauldron, you've got your witch there. Think of your glitter cards. Think of your linen card, your centaur of pearl. You've got all your haunted houses. Maybe you're going to start to build up your own scenes with these. And then that's going to be a super, super useful cobweb die with your additional elements as well. I mean, that could be every day. You would not have to use those stars just for Halloween. You can use them for a range of occasions. And then you're getting all of your embellishments as well. So you're getting your dewdrops, your gems included. And the colours of your gems, of course, are going to be matching the colours of your ribbon. Gorgeous satin ribbon that you've got included, 3 different colourways with 3 different widths of each. Now, those are sort of your tools, but let's have a little look at our incredible papers. So we've got 3 different paper packs within this collection. Of course, a 12x12, a 6x6, and that amazing A4 card. Let's start off with this amazing 12x12 paper bag. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Double-sided, which is what we know and love when it comes to our paper pads. 24 sheets, 180 GSM. On the front, you've got your sort of your scenes that are more heavy, more bold in design. They're going to be great maybe for your scrapbook pages. And then on the reverse, you've got slightly more subtle designs. They're going to be absolutely ideal when you need a slightly softer background. Maybe adding lots of the stamps or dies over the top. You've got the most incredible colour tones, so typical of Halloween, but not all of them are just for Halloween. I mean, your stripes could be any occasion at all, but we've got all of those typical traditional Halloween designs in there. You've got your pumpkins, you've got your cauldrons, your witches, all the silhouettes, even the Harley Quinn. Oh, isn't it just absolutely fabulous? But uncoated means you can be further enhancing those designs. Maybe you're going to be distressing the edges, bringing in your inks, your gilding waxes, gilding flakes would work a treat. Maybe some of your glossy highlights as well. Just enhancing those designs and making them pop even more. And exactly the same designs in that 6x6, just scaled down to fit that smaller format. They do work hand in hand together if you so wish, but just absolutely gorgeous colourways, gorgeous designs. And of course, we've got to include some of our cardstock as well. Linen cardstock for this collection, and I have to say, this is proving super, super popular. This on its own is flying out the door. Over 10% of the stock already gone on the linen card, so you're going to have to move swiftly when it comes to this one. And I will tell you about a way in a moment. If you want to stock up on your paper and card, we do have a bonus buy that I'll tell you about in just a second. But with your linen card, you're getting all of these gorgeous colourways. You've got your greens, of course, you've got your oranges, you've got your browns of different tones, you've got your purple, and then that black card you're going to be using time and time again when it comes to your Halloween crafting. All of those colourways that you'd expect from a Halloween collection included in that luxurious linen card. Just absolutely beautiful. 250 GSM, you are getting 24 sheets of your linen card, and that is everything. Oh my goodness, there's so much included. That is everything in your fantastic All Hallows Eve showstopper. Platinum Club price today on that one is £76 or bang on $100. Now, I did say if you want to stock up on your paper and card, and let's be honest, it's our consumable part of the collection. It's one of those things that we like to get extras of because, let's be honest, when you get crafting with this collection, you will be making and making and making. You won't know when to stop because it's so absolutely stunning. Our bonus buy is incredible. When you go for that showstopper collection, add in your fabulous extra bundle of your paper and card, and you'll get that paper collection for half price. wow, absolutely incredible. So go for your showstopper, add in that extra paper and card bundle, and then that will become half price. How absolutely fantastic is that? Allowing you to stock up on those consumable elements from the collection. But like I did say earlier, the early bird catches the worm. You're going to have to make sure you get in earlier, because already of the linen card stock, over 10% of the stock has gone. We're literally 15 minutes into the show. It's not even a launch day show. We've got till 3 o'clock till this officially launches, and it's proving so popular, as we all knew it would. Make sure you get it added to your basket. Check out our Craft Spooktacular over on the web as well, and get your items checked out. Now, I know I'm excited, I know Craig's excited, and I know he's absolutely desperate to share with you his first demonstration with this collection. I know he's had so much fun already playing with this amazing range. So Craig, what have we got lined up first?
Righty-o, Lily. Let's make a little bit of a spooky frame when it comes to what we're away to do here. But what we can do is let's have another little recap of some of the things that you can be making, because you've got your template that's going to enable you to make your little treat box, although you can then come along and then just do one half on top of a card if you want to. Now you can come along, go and do your zigzag cards, so either from the template library or of course from your card blanks. I know Lily done the 12 Days of Christmas craft along at the weekend in this style, so it's able to adapt in with your collections. You know, your smaller cards as well that you're able to do, bring in your own little acetate. You're going to be able to create really fun, funky cards. Use your alcohol pens, so throughout the day we're going to be using our Illustrator pens, so you can be using them. There is going to be a little nod to a couple of the items that are launching tomorrow, i.e. within this one here I made yesterday in launch, in first look, I used some of the embellishment fibres that's going to be launching tomorrow. But then you've got the stamps, you've got the dies, so come along with your pure white pigment ink pad, come along with your white embossing powders, but then you can do your watercolours, you can then of course do your alcohol colouring, start to set your scene. Later on with that little spider within launch day, I'm going to be doing that into a penny slider. So you can have fun with all the different concepts that you already know and love. If you are going to be doing the cutesy, of course you can do. If you want to have that serious look when it comes to the cards and projects, you're going to be able to do that as well. So I'll put them away for the side for now, and then I'll show you some other ones later on in this show. But let's dive straight in here. And now I've already got elements lined up on my plates. So I've gone for the Happy Halloween font die. I've gone in with a couple of the embellishments. So these ones are your Spooktacular, and I've also gone for the tree from the Haunted House, and also the little pumpkins also from Spooktacular. So we're just going to start to line and layer these ones up together. I'm going to run these ones through my G2. Many of these are sized perfectly that so many of them are going to go through your Gemini Mini, and you'll see throughout launch day later on, I'll chop and change between the G2 and the Mini just to show you how you're able to use your different size machines. What we've then got, we're then going to then take my little poke tool here, and we're going to take that one out. Of course, I'm referring to a moment ago how it works with the Gemini Mini. It's going to work with your MIDI as well. We may look at that later on in the day too. But there is our Happy Halloween. I love the font, I love the style, I love how it just kind of then just curves to the end. You've got that little bit of seriousness with the Happy Halloween, with that little quirky cartoon element as it swashes to the side. So I've got it done in black, and I've also done it within a white as well. So that is those two bits. I've got my little spooky ghost that we can see here, and I've gone in with the tree. So we're going in with the spooky tree that we can see here. I've gone in with a little bat. What I've then also done is I've taken the pumpkins or the jack-o'-lanterns, and with these, and even when it comes to the ghost, I'm just discarding at the moment the little pieces that come out within the eyes and the mouth. But you can have some fun, and you can start to do little bits of paper piecing, or why not keep the eyes, or let's say for instance the ghost the mouth and the eyes, and just use them on their own on a piece of white cardstock, and it's as if you just see the eyes within the darkness. That's a little fun, little creative take on them.
Yeah, I love that idea.
But let's take these ones out. What I'm then going to do is let's take a piece of white multi-purpose cardstock, and we're going to need quite a few of what I've just cut here, minus the sentiment. So I've already got a lot of them done, but I want to do it at least one each, because we're going to come along, when it comes to the ghost and when it comes along to the pumpkin, we're going to do a drop shadow. So the pumpkin I've done in orange, and I'm going to do the drop shadow within the black. We're going to tape it down. And then when it comes to the ghost, we're going to do this in white, and that's going to have a black drop shadow. Now, if you were watching all throughout yesterday, you will know that we had the most annoying fly flying about the studio. Well, just to let you all know, it is still here. And within 22 minutes of going live, it's already annoying all of us on the team.
Yep.
So if you ever catch the camera on us going like that at any point, then we're just trying to discard of that annoying little fly. But here we go. So let's go in. So we've got our little pumpkin where we've cut him in black. We're then just going to then pop this one out here as well. So we've got the pumpkin. Now you're going to have your two different sizes. So let's pop that one to the side. And then what we can do is we can then bring in our ghost. So we're going to bring in the little ghost here. Then you can always come along with your grey inks if you wanted to and do a little bit of colouring around the edges. Maybe you want to come in with some of your material, you can absolutely do that. But let's go in with our black here, black and our white. Now, all the colours you get within the linen cardstock are what I'm using, minus the white. You don't get a white, and that's just because so many of us will use our own white multi-purpose, like I am, or white linen. If you've got your white linen cardstock from previous collections, or even your 12 by 12 linen card bundle, then you can come along and use them. But just doing my little drop shadow there with my ghost that we can see just here. What I'm then going to do is, let's take this bit, because in actual fact, I really didn't need to cut those pumpkins out. What I needed to do was come along, and I'm just going to use my tacky glue here and my little applicator, and we're just going to add my glue onto the back. Let's just press that for a second, and then we're going to do the same with this smaller one. So this collection here, this is going to enable you to do lots and lots of quick but really, really fun and effective Halloween cards. But then the elements that you get, such as the edgeable dies, these little icon embellishment dies, they're going to enable you to do things like your penny sliders or your pop-up dies. You know, if you love your pop-up boxes, these are going to be great on the end of acetate, and you can just have them that they're just popping up. So you can have a lot of fun with the concepts of this collection. So I'm just going to cut all the way around. Now, I've not put any glue on the back of the stalk because that just makes it easier to cut around. So I'm just going to cut all the way around. That's then going to give me that darkness into the inner part of the pumpkin. So there is one. And then we're just going to do the same again. So I'm just going to lift that stalk up, and then I'm just going to tuck my scissors from behind, and then we're just going to work our way around. So as we work our way around within this one here, we're just going to finish that off, going around that leading edge with our scissors of the orange pumpkin, and there is one of them done. So what we've then got is, we've got our ghost. Now, I've got a load of these already at the side of me, good to go. So let's come in with some of my layers here now. Now, I've gone in with my pattern paper and I've cut it down to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. This was actually from the 12 by 12 because I wanted the larger design, although we are going to cover an element of this. I've then mat and layered that onto our white multi-purpose to give me that highlight all the way round. And then I've come along with a piece of the orange linen to 6 1/4, well, just under 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Of course, you can come along and gut that if you want to. Usually at home I would, but with the speed of the shows, because I was prepping this one before we went live this morning, I'm just going to go in with the full card. I'm going to go in with my cardstock here. Now, I've gone in with 6 1/4 and 6 1/4, and then I would just come along shortly and add my envelope maker and create my own envelope for that one.
Okay.
We're going to go in with our stitched edge nesting die that is 4.5 by 4.5 inches. So what we're then going to do is we're then just going to go in, and I'm going to add my tape here. You know what I'm like, my preference is always my tape wherever possible. But if you want to use your tacky glue, your tape runner, of course, you can absolutely do that.
Just while sorry, I'm really sorry, Craig. Just while you're peeling the backing off. Oh my goodness me, it's so busy. I just have to tell the people at home, oh my gosh, we knew you were going to love it, but we are 26 minutes into this first show. Craig's not even got halfway through his first demo. We've not even got to the launch day yet, with 30% of the stock gone. Honestly, guys, if you want this collection, get it added to your baskets and get it checked out. I'm also here in my little news flash from my news reporter, Nicola in my ear. That paper and card collection is proving ridiculously popular, as we knew it would as well. That's your bonus buy, don't forget, half price when you're adding your showstopper and that bonus buy onto your baskets. But 30% of that stock has gone, so make sure you add it to your baskets, get it checked out, quite frankly, while you can. Sorry, Craig, back to the demonstration.
No problem, Lily. I knew it was going to be popular, but by gosh,
that 30%. Popular, wow.
Yeah, exactly, I know. Right, let's add my foam pads onto the back here. Now for this one as well, Lily, I would, where possible, I would highly recommend adding 3D layers to your Halloween cards. Now, of course, if you're going to be posting your cards on your own, then totally understand you're going to keep them flat, and it's still going to do your card justice. But by adding extra layers, it's going to give you like natural drop shadows. It's going to give you depth. It's going to give you scope from all different angles. So it really is worthwhile doing. Let's go in with our 2 die cuts here of Happy Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add my tacky glue to the back, and I'm just sketching over the back, because we don't need to do the whole lot, because your glue will start to travel and expand as we press onto my base layer. So what I'm then just going to do is I'm just going to go over the top, I'm just going to hover, and then I'm just going to pull slightly down to my bottom right hand corner. That's how I like to do it. And then we've now got our Happy Halloween. Done the drop shadow because I wanted it to be black, but then the dark against the purple, it works, but we just needed something just to break it up. Hence why we've done that drop shadow. We're then just going to go in once again, and we're going to add that with our tacky glue. And I'm going to keep the sentiment flat on my inner circle die cut, and then the elements around are what's going to be lifted on my foam pads. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to come around. Now I'm going to go in with my tacky glue, and I'm going to roughly scribble and stretch.
Blimey, get your teeth in, Craig. Oof.
Scribble, and I don't even know what that other word was. That was a way to say. Sketch, that's it.
That's the one.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
And then you can either just chop off the chunks from the tree, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep them on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of start to under and over layer each other. We're just going to work that all the way around. So let's just hold that down and hold that down. So we're going to get some of those spooky elements of the branches on the outside to also the inside. And then what I'm going to do is, as I get down to the bottom, I'm going to change. So the branches are going to the left. This time, I'm going to go into the right-hand side. Don't worry about little elements like larger open areas like here without the branches, because we're going to infill with things such as our ghosts and our pumpkins. So we're just going to go in and press. We're going to come along and go into here and then press. And then what we can then do is we're just going to come in again into this one. We're just going to press, hold that for a second, and then we can do the same again. Now this one, I'm going to meet that one head on, but a bow's going to go there, so it doesn't really matter that we're overlapping. What we can then do is, so these are all my elements here. So I've already got them done where I've got my foam pads on the back. So what I'm going to do within this one here is I'm going to bring in my 3 ghosts to start with. So let's go 1 there. And I'm not going to stick my bow on just yet. I'm using it as a little bit of a positioning guide. I'm then going to go into there, and then let's go in with my 3rd one. And the foam pad is also helping to layer and give it structure. What I just need to do is let's just add a little bit more of my tacky glue, and then we're just going to press that in. So what I can then do again, I'm just putting that there just as something that I can eyeball as a position.
Okay.
I'm then just going to go in with a pumpkin there. Let's go in with a pumpkin there. I'm going to then go in with a little pumpkin there. I'm then going to go in with a little pumpkin into there. And in actual fact, I'm going to do, let's bring that down, hold it in. I'm going to offset that one. I'm going to just tuck that one into there. Let's come along and then let's add that one, tuck in under, and then I've got one more as well. So let's come along, it's just caught underneath. We're just going to come along and have that one at an angle. And then let's go in, let's take our glue gel. We're going to add our glue gel. Let's take just a little bit into here. What I'm then just going to do is I've cut out 1 bat. So I'm just bending the wings. I've not done a drop shadow with this bat. I've just left it black. And then what I can then also do is let's come in with the little embellishments that you've got. Now, our embellishments, you know, whenever we do have gems or pearls in our stash, they are so, so sticky. But you've heard me say it time and time again. Doesn't matter how high quality gems and adhesives are that are self-adhesive, I'll still always come along and add a little bit of glue on the back just to secure it. And then, Lily, that could be on a box lid if you wanted it to be, of course. That middle part there, that could have a layer of acetate, create a framework, have acetate in the back, and then that could be shaker elements if you want to. And then easy to expand up to 8 by 8 with your additional 12 by 12 layers, but a lovely little framework using pattern paper, using your linen card, using the ribbon and the gems from the embellishments. Happy Halloween, Wicked Witch, Haunted House, Spooktacular as well are the elements that we used within that card.
Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, what an amazing first demonstration. You can see how much fun you can have when you start playing with this collection. I'm going to show you in just a second all of the amazing goodies that you'll get as part of your All Halloweens, but we have got so many comments. So many of you guys are shopping early, letting us know that you're watching. So I'm just going to say a quick few hellos before I show you exactly what you're getting as part of this amazing collection. So Rachel's on the socials and she's already got her order in. She loves Halloween. She's super excited about this. Brenda's in. Winnebeth is saying good morning. Hazel's in. Oh, Winnebeth placed her order at 4 a.m. Good grief, that is dedication. But she's going to sit back, relax and watch Craig work his magic. No pun intended. Lois is in, Betty Weaver. Oh, she's got the showstopper and bonus buy. Deborah's in, Sarah Brown is saying hello. Cat Butt's in, Kirsty D saying good morning. Gilmore's in. Diane's in from Wales. All Things Wonderful has got herself the showstopper. Kirsty D's got the showstopper as well. Marcia's saying good morning. She's got her order in. My goodness me, you can see how busy we are. Mary Jo is thrilled. She can't wait to get the collection. Oh, Gaz is in. Morning, Gaz. He may or may not have ordered the showstopper. Don't worry, Gaz. Your secret's safe with me. Kindred spirits, that is for sure. Cindy Condi is loving the collection. Oh, go there. Granny Arlen's in. She's managed to place her order. Phew. Kirsty D loves the ghosts. Oh, we've got a question from Hannah Gosling-Smith about the gems and dewdrops. I'll show you those in detail in just a second, don't you worry. Bren has got her order in even, as has Tracy. Maricel as well. Kim Rice is saying the fly loves Halloween. The fly loves everything. It just tries to get into the action all the time. It's
I don't love it though.
Oh, cheeky little so-and-so.
I'll be going in that coffin card by the end of the day if it's not lucky.
Oh, poor little fly. And then Caroline is saying, good morning from Florida. She says, we've outdone ourselves with this kit. Well, we certainly have. This is our amazing All Hallows Eve showstopper collection. You're getting absolutely everything. You can see to the side of me there. all of your stamps, your dies, your paper pad, your cardstock, your embellishments, absolutely everything comes to you as part of that showstopper for a Platinum Club price today of £76 or $100. But let's quickly take you through the designs so you can see the incredible goodies that you'll be getting home when you place your order. So as part of your showstopper, we kick off with this incredible pumpkin treat box. You can create your 3D treat boxes with ease using this stencil. Literally just draw around the outside with a pencil, pop a couple of score lines in, embellish it up however you see fit, and you've got your 3D treat boxes straight away. Super quick and simple. Then perhaps you want to be starting to build your own scenes, building up those backgrounds so you can add all your character stamps, add all your die cuts onto the front and really start to create the most incredible Halloween makes. While your All Hallows Eve embossing folder is going to enable you to do just that. Beautiful detail within here. Doesn't it look amazing embossed into black with your gilding waxes? But let's make it even better by bringing in some of our matching stencils. Layer those over the top of the design, and then not only have you got an embossed image, you've also got that coloured ink detail over the top as well. But of course, these are just standalone stencils that you can be using on any of your makes, completely separate from that fabulous embossing folder. Same sort of idea with our amazing set of stencils that we've got here. This is Fright Night. Isn't that just absolutely super cool? Look at the slime there. Think of adding maybe your glossy highlights or even inking through using your opaque pigment inks and then adding your clear embossing powder. Wouldn't that just be so funky? Absolutely love those designs. Then we've got our ghosts. You can kind of build your own ghosts with these. You've got the positive and the negative of your stencils. You've got all the different face stamps as well, so you really can customize all your cute or scary, if you want them to be, little ghost characters. Those are just super fun to get playing with. And then if you love all things colouring, and like Craig has already mentioned earlier on in this morning's show, we do have illustrators over on the Shop the Day page. We'll be having a little play with those throughout the shows today. So maybe you're getting those illustrators and you're going to be colouring in all of these stamped images. You will have so much fun doing that. Maybe you're going to be stamping them out and giving them to the grandkids or to the kids to colour in. I think they would have an absolute blast colouring in all these fun and fabulous images. And I also love the fact that you're getting all the sentiments included as well. Then we come on to our gorgeous edgeable design. Love this, love all the different concepts that you can create with our edgeables. Cut it on the edge of your cardstock or just trim into it and you've got a fabulous border without that edgeable concept. Then we come on to all of our amazing little embellishment dies, and we've seen already in that first demonstration how you can really start to layer these together to build up fabulous wreaths. It might be scenes that you're building up. Think of all those drop shadows that Craig was showing us how to do. Maybe you're going to be popping some of your gold mirror behind so it looks almost like there's a light inside of those pumpkins. Perhaps you're going to be cutting them from your glitter card, your mirror card. So many different options, but so many different dies that you're getting included, so you really can set off your makes absolutely beautifully. And that font on that Happy Halloween die, I think is just absolutely fabulous. So much fun. Love the way it sort of sweeps to the side. I think that's going to be one that you'll be using time and time again on all of your Halloween makes. Now, we did get asked by Hannah Gosling-Smith about our gems. These are all included as part of that embellishment pack. You can see you've got your gorgeous dewdrops here, 3 different sizes when it comes to those dewdrops, and then you've got your coloured gems. You've got your purple, you've got like a silvery sort of colour, you've got your orange and that lovely sage olive green, and you've got 3 different sizes of those as well. Just absolutely fabulous. And when we come onto your ribbon even that's included in your embellishment pack as well, you'll start to see that the colour tones are matching absolutely perfectly. Satin ribbon with these ones, you're getting 3 different colourways. Again, then you are getting your 3 different widths of each. Then we come on to this gorgeous 12 by 12 paper pad. Amazing designs that we've got in here. Think of these as your full 12 by 12 in scrapbook pages. Think of them as backgrounds for your cards. Maybe it's going to be gift boxes, gift bags, home decor items. Absolutely incredible designs that you're getting in here. All of those traditional Halloween colourways. You've got the front side, which is slightly more bold in design. Then you've got the reverse that's a little bit more subtle, so great for those background layers. And then we also include the 6x6, which is the same designs but just scaled down for that smaller format of pad. So perfect for your tags or your smaller cards if you prefer those smaller projects. And then finally, for me, it's one of my favourite parts. It always is one of my favourite parts of any collection. I love my cardstock. cardstock, and I love the fact that we bring you that colour palette that's complementary not only to the pattern papers but to your fabulous embellishments as well. So everything's going to work together, an absolute treat. 24 sheets of the most gorgeous quality, luxurious linen card, 250 GSM, and that black one is going to be one that you'll be using time and time again in all of your crafting throughout the year, well beyond Halloween. Wow, absolutely everything I've just shown you comprises that incredible showstopper collection, 14-piece collection. We say 14-piece, you're getting 14 packets. The elements that you're getting is way more than 14, because you can see you're getting an absolute ton of crafty goodies. Your Platinum Club price for that showstopper is £76 or $100. But of course, if you want to get extras of your paper, your card, so that's your 6x6 paper pad, your 12x12 paper pad, and your A4 card, make sure you're going for that bonus buy. Pop your showstopper into your baskets, and then when you're adding in that bonus buy of your paper and card, that becomes half price, which is a fabulous way to stock up all of those gorgeous paper and card stock that we're including as part of this, quite frankly, incredible collection. Now, I cannot believe how busy we've been already this morning. We're only 40 minutes into the wake-up call, not even the launch show, and honestly, this is flying out the door. But I know a lot of you guys at home have got it sat in your baskets. You're waiting for that opportunity to check out. This is exactly the opportunity that you need to get your baskets checked out and get all these amazing goodies winging their way to you. We'll be back for even more inspiration in just a few moments, so see you in a minute.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Yeah. Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Oh my goodness, we are so excited. I'm a little bit giddy. I was almost tempted as we came back live to pop this over my face and pretend I was a pumpkin, but no, I'm trying to be sensible, I'm trying to be calm, but honestly, the excitement has gripped us all this morning. We are all so excited about this brand new collection. It's our All Hallows Eve collection. It is absolutely amazing, and you guys at home most certainly are agreeing because, blimey, it's flying out the door. I'm a little bit worried about 3 o'clock, and talking of 3 o'clock, you might be thinking, yes, she's very excited. She's getting the show times wrong. No, we have actually changed that middle show time. So in the past, it would have been UK time between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. We've actually shifted our times backwards a little bit to help you guys stateside. We know it is a little bit early. For us guys in the UK, it's fine, but for you guys stateside, it's a little bit early. So do you know what we thought? We'll move that middle show back an hour. So it's now going to be starting at 3 p.m. UK time. Don't worry, still 2 hours. We've not shortened it or anything like that. It will be between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. UK time. Wake up call exactly the same time, and that last show of the day also exactly the same time. It's just that middle one that's changing from today. So make sure you do remember, don't be sat here at 2 o'clock like I probably would and thinking, where is everyone? We will be here at 3 o'clock, we promise you. Now, we have had a little question come in about our fabulous Halloween treat box, so I just want to quickly address that before we move on to, we're going on to Christmas in just a second, but our fabulous Halloween treat box, when it's all made up, that little pumpkin on the front measures about 4 inches by 5 inches. That's the approximate sort of size of that front of the pumpkin, so 4 inches by 5 inches with that one. Now, we've been talking all things Halloween, but of course, there's lots of seasons that we craft for throughout the year as crafters. And as much as we love Halloween, we also absolutely love Christmas. I know I say it time and time again, but it is by far and away the most favourite time of the year for me to craft for. I absolutely love Christmas crafting. I love getting covered in glitter, getting out all your sparkly cardstocks, all your mirror cards, all your glitters, all your gems and all the rest of it, and just having a good old Christmassy play. And we have got some of the most gorgeous Christmas dies that we're bringing to you here this morning on Wake Up Call. And I know Cray's got a little bit of inspiration coming up with this collection in just a moment. Pretty new collection when it comes to this one. It launched just a few months ago as part of this year's Christmas event. This being our amazing Christmas half creator card die collection. 6 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £77.47 or $90.97. And I want to say straight off the bat, yes, you can get these individual, but you cannot get this gorgeous under the Christmas tree design on its own. I'm not being funny, we have not got many of these left. So not much of the bundle left. You can only get this one in the bundle though if you want to get this gorgeous, oh my goodness, I've just heard in my ear, we do not have many of these at all, literally a few handfuls of our half creator card dies left. So if you want to snap these up, then you're going to have to go pretty quickly. As you can hear, we are having a super busy morning this morning already, so you're going to have to go quickly if you're wanting absolutely anything that you're seeing over on that website. So this is our first of our designs, are under the tree. We're talking about half creator cards, and what we mean by these, they're almost like, in my mind at least, a cross between an edgeable and a creator card die. So with these, one side will stay in your cardstock and the other side will cut out, and this is what allows you to create lots of different concepts like we can with our edgeables, and I know Craig will be showing you a few of these in just a moment. Now these work so perfectly with lots of different techniques. So for this one, I love cutting this in white and actually colouring it in with some of my pens. Perhaps your incredible Illustrator pens are going to work an absolute treat colouring this one in. Maybe you're going to be bringing these in with some of your white cardstock and you're actually just going to be inking, and it'd be super nice and quick and easy. Because they're large statement size dies, they will fill the front of a 6x6 inch card. So if you're needing really quick makes for Christmas, then these are going to be absolutely ideal. Now for this one, I'm thinking paper piecing is going to work an absolute treat. Cut it maybe in craft card and paper piece back into there with a bit of red and gold, and that will look absolutely perfect. Love this one. You've got your gorgeous pretty baubles, super elegant with this one. But look at this and don't just think of it as a half creator card. Maybe you're going to be die cutting it and then snipping into some of those baubles, perhaps layering them over the top or just using them completely separately as embellishments. And then finally, another one that's absolutely incredible for all of those paper piecing techniques. You've got your Joyous Poinsettia. Maybe you're going to be cutting it, sticking it onto acetate and doing a little bit of colouring from the reverse to create a stained glass window effect. That will work amazingly with this one, but just an absolutely gorgeous design that can actually work either way around, so it's completely up to you with that one. So many options with our Christmas half creator card die collection. 6 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £77.47 or $90.97. And I know Craig's got a little bit of inspiration coming our way with this fabulous set of dies.
I do indeed. Let's have a look at some of the ways that you can use this die set. You know, these really are fab. As Lily was saying, it's like a creator card or it's an edgeable all into one. Cutting in on one half, cutting out onto the other. But you can still get very, very creative. For instance, you can do things such as your paper piecing if you want to by adding a layer to the back. Something really as simplistic as that. It's absolutely beautiful. Going in with the blue tones, but then equally going in with the pink tones. Looks absolutely exquisite.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be able to then come along and colour. Now we're going to do something similar with Under the Tree in a moment, and we're going to start to colour with our Illustrator pens. This one here, in actual fact, this was a craft along I'd done just about 2 weeks ago. So we've used them and then started to colour in, as well as using a little bit of grasshopper water reactive ink. So we just really did tail that craft along back, really working well as a beginner. So you'll be able to find that on our YouTube channel. But what you can then do, of course, is you can then elongate it, because it's the outside that cuts, but then the actual top and bottom of the die, it gives you that ending point, which I'll talk you through. It means you can come along if you want to, and then just elongate your card. But then this one here, you know, you can still have that little bit of creative play, creating that inner aperture. Now you can kind of just see the cut line just there. Just try and disguise that with maybe an outer frame or something like that, but you can still use them in those ways. You've then got your snowflake. You've then got the ability to come along and start to do your blending on top of them. And again, you can then start to then cut into a separate component. So that would have been a square piece of card cut into and then just trimmed around and down. I mean, something really as simple and elegant where you're crafting your gold like with that drop shadow. It's beautiful, isn't it? Paper piecing that we can see within that one there, paper piecing with some of your water reactive inks, and because you've got the ability to cut them on an angle, you can do exactly just that. Cut them wherever you like on the edge of the card. So let's go in. Now what I've done here is essentially we're going to be making a 6x6 card. Now I've done mine out of our A3 white multi-purpose. You can use your A3 Centura Pearl, or of course you can come along and if you've got your 6x6 card blanks themselves, you can be using them. But what I'm going to do within this one here, first and foremost, let's just go in with my scoreboard, and I want to score at the 6-inch mark. So if I come in and then we're just going to go along and then we're just going to score at 6 inches. What we're then going to do is we're then just going to come along And in actual fact, the reason I've done it is it's not 6 by 6. It is 12.5 by 7. When I went to put the die there, I thought, that's not quite 6 by 6. And there's a reason, because I've got more, so there's my score line. I've got more on this panel at this side than that side there to take into account my die. Now, when it comes to the die, you've got all of the decorative detail on that that inner component. Now, what you've then got is you've then got your outside cutting edge. Now, the way you're looking at it now, it's on the left-hand side, but it'll actually be on the right-hand side when you flip it over. So it cuts into your cardstock on this side, cuts out, and there's your two start and stop cutting lines at the top and the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in as close up to the right-hand side as possible. I'm going to use my glass mat as a guide, and then I'm also going to come along and I'm just using the lines on my glass mat as a guide as well. Now, you can come along and you can make it even easier for yourself by doing a pencil line if you want to. I'm just going to eyeball it here, so I'm kind of happy with that. What I'm then also going to do is this part here will be the waist. So I'm just going to have my low tack tape on that side. And then we're just going to come in with my cutting plates here. Now I'm just using my junior plates here, and then I'm just going to align these ones. So these ones will need your full plate configuration. Me and Debbie were talking you through plate configurations yesterday, how you don't always need the magnetic shim because of the power of the Gemini, whereas with something like this and detailed like this, we definitely do. So what we're then just going to do is we're then just going to carefully prise that one out, and there is so much die cut detail that I am just being very, very careful. So you can already now start to see, if I bring in a bit of black, because that always shows it off best, all of the detail that's cut within the presents, within the baubles, and even these tiny, tiny little pieces are all cut like a dream. Now, what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to bring in my Illustrator pens and do a bit of colouring. Now, this is our white multi-purpose. Now, although we always say, of course, the best cardstock is your Nina to get that beautiful, perfect blend, I'm not actually wanting a blend when it comes to the colour. I'm going to be using my Illustrator pens as a standard form of colouring. So I'm not doing any blending or anything like that. So therefore, I'm more than happy to just go onto my white multi-purpose cardstock. So we're just going to pop these little bits out. And then this is when I can refer to that top and base cutting line. Because as you can see, that's still attached. Now, if you've got your pencil line, you can then just follow through and then snip that off. If you've got your V-blade paper trimmer, you can do the same. I'm just going to go in with my scissors and I'm just going to cut up to that line. I'm going to then just twist that around, and then I'm going to cut down to that line there. That releases it, and then if I fold that in half, we've then got our card that you can see just here. So let's bring in that black again that we can see. So all that I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to go in with some of my illustrators. We're going to go in with dandelion, denim, poppy, emerald, and pink violet. And I've just got the one colour of each. As I said before, I'm not doing any blending or shading or anything like that. I want to use these as a pure medium just to come along and colour. So for instance, if I take my green one here, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just visually going to have a look and see. So there is anything that would be green for, of course, the tree. So the foliage part, the colour of the tree, I'm just going to come along and I'm going to colour those outlines. So we're just going to then follow that all the way through. So as I can see within the green, that's all green into here. That's all green following all the way around. So you're just having a look and seeing, so I can see there's a bobble there. So I know that that's going to be a different colour. This into this part here is part of the tree. That is then giving you that green. So if I then just come straight in, and I'm using the brush nib for this one. You do have your really, really finer one, but I am just going to go in with the brush nib. And I'll keep going with that green in a moment, but what I'll do is I'll do a few other colours first. So have a look. At this point, you can come in with whatever colour you want wherever you want. You know, you can use your tri-blends if you want to, and use any of your colouring mediums. But with this one here, I just thought, let's go in with our illustrators. I'm going to go in, chopping and changing when it comes to the bauble, so we can go in there with the purple. We can then go into here with the purple as well. So all that I'm just going to do, Lily, is I'm just going to carry on just doing my selected colouring when it comes to all these components. If there was anything you wanted to show, if there was any comments or anything like that.
I'll do a few comments and I think I'll show you the illustrator pens because we've got an amazing deal on these fabulous illustrators. But we've got to say good morning to Shelley D. She set an alarm to get up early to order. Unfortunately, she missed out last year on that Sarah Sig box, so she wanted to make sure that she didn't miss out this year. And don't worry, Shelley, she has not missed out. She's got her extra paper and some other bits as well, which is super exciting. Kirsty D can't wait for her collection to come. Diane's got hers, woohoo! Lillian Quacky says, I've never seen Lily this giddy. Honestly, Lee, when it comes to crafting, I can get quite giddy, believe you me, especially when we've got lovely Halloween goodies to be playing with. Shelley D's loving all the Halloween stuff we've come out with this year. Stay tuned this whole week because honestly, we've got an amazing amount of launches coming up this week and beyond as well. Marilyn is saying she's got to put €5 in here in Kansas to get her order placed. Lynn is saying hello, she loves her craft creator card dies as well. Question from Rosalind, so is the tree the only one not available individually? That's correct. All the others you can get on their own, apart from the tree that Craig's using now. That's the only way to get that is part of the bundle. Everything else you can get individually. Now as Craig continues his colouring, I really want to show you some of these amazing illustrator pens because we have got a cracking deal on these. We'll see this in a little bit more detail on tonight's Monday Makers. I had to check for a second then also. What day is it? Is it Monday? It is Monday, yes. Thank you, Nicholas. Just confirmed in my ear. It is Monday. So we have got a fabulous Monday Makers coming up tonight. We've got an amazing deal on these illustrator pens. We've just seen Craig starting to colour in with these fabulous pens. This is a collection of 48 in total. They are the most gorgeous quality pens you could ever wish to use. They are just absolutely fabulous in terms of the fact that they are dual-ended. On one end, the end that Craig's just shown us colouring with, you have got that beautiful quality brush nib. And then on the other end, you've got such a fine bullet nib. You can get into the most intricate of details with absolute ease with these incredible pens. 48 pens in total for a Platinum Club price today of £52 or $88, and you're getting a real range of different colourways as part of this collection. So it doesn't matter if you're colouring in your Christmas designs like Craig is now, maybe it's going to be your sort of florals, your nature, your foliage, maybe it's going to be cute characters, or maybe it's going to be some of the amazing Halloween stamps that we've got as part of that collection. Whatever you're choosing to colour, you will have a colourway covered within this amazing collection. But it's proving popular already. 45% of the stock has gone. This is meant to be lasting us for Monday Makers tonight at 6 o'clock UK time. It's only just midday, so you're going to have to go pretty quickly on this one as well. Everything is proving super busy and super popular this morning. It's so lovely to have all of you guys' company, but if there's anything you want to pick up, make sure you're checking out those baskets pretty swiftly, because we don't know how long everything's going to be sticking around. But as part of this collection, you have got your gorgeous landscape set, all of those lovely browns, you've got your foliages. That'd be perfect for colouring the image that Craig's doing at the moment. Just love the colourways in that one. Then we come on to our seascape. You've got all your gorgeous teals, you've got your blues, you've got some of your greys in there and some more of your neutral colours too, which are always very useful to have. And then I have to say this was actually the very first pack of illustrators that I ever had. It was a figure. I've always loved colouring in my cute characters and my portraits, and this was the very first set of illustrators I ever had. Needless to say, it certainly wasn't the only set, as now I'm just sort of coming to complete my collection of my illustrators. But you've got all your gorgeous pinks, you've got your flesh tones and your hair tones covered within that set of 12. And then finally we move on to a very useful set, your sketching. More of your brighter and more cheerful tones, if you like, within this collection. You've got your yellows, your blues, and some of your primary colour tones, which are always very, very handy to have in your crafty stash. That being your 48 pen collection, all dual-ended with your brush nib and that super fine bullet nib. Trying to mix all the words together, never a good thing, Lily. Coming in today as a Platinum Club price of £52 or $88. I know Craig is, I think he's lost in a colouring coma at the moment, enjoying colouring in his half creator card dies. Wow, it really is coming on a treat. It looks incredible.
just picking out selective bits, Lily, just having a look and seeing where I'm going to colour. And then what I'm also being as well, I'm not being overly precise or overly neat. So I'm going for that sketchy look in areas. Just want to get that coloured laid down. It's adding that extra little bit of dimension and that effect with going in with the colour. You can cherry pick what you want to be, whatever colour that you want. As you can see here, this is what I mean by I'm not being overly precise. I'm just going to go over with the brush nib. We're just going to then pull and push that colour, working it in so that we've got a nice selection of colours, going for those 5, of course, that I've picked, and keeping it with those 5, just going back in with the yellow just to finish it off. But then what we'll do in a moment is we'll use the dye once again, but to do a little bit of a drop shadow. So this is where, you know, you can still use your dyes in multiple different ways. Let's go in with the blue. So we're just going to then add that blue onto here. So creative cards, you know, they are so good for making very quick, effective cards that are going to give you that wow feature. However, you can absolutely still come along, use many of your colouring mediums if you want to. You know, they don't have to be quick and simple. If you want to then take your time and really start to do blend tones, you know, for instance, this one, although I'm just laying down the colour as one, if you still want to come along and create depth and shading with this little drum parcel at the bottom, you can do that by going in with all your different shades. But you've got that different option. And then incidentally as well, you know, you can still do it with things such as your tri-blends or any of your mediums. It doesn't just have to be alcohol base. So that one I want here. The other one that would look really good with this is your glitter pens. Come along with your glitter pens.
Yeah.
That would look fab, having all that lovely little sparkle. And then when it comes to this inner edge here, where there's no cut-in line to follow, you're left with a little bit of a faux emboss line. So that's all that I'm doing around the edge and around here. I'm just following that little faux emboss line up to that edge, and then that's where I'm doing my colouring onto those ones. We can come into this last part of the parcel, in with that little bow, and then start to think of things like your glossy highlights, etc., etc. I'll use a few of my already done dewdrops just to finish off in a moment, but we're going into that one. Going to go in to the blue, keeping it simple within that sketchy feel, as I said, and then you've got that all done. Now, if you want to spend that little bit more time on it, then of course you can absolutely do that. But what I'm going to do, excuse me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a piece of mirror. This is our mirror card, gold mirror, and it's 6 by 6 3/4.
Okay.
So what you can then do for this one is go right up, and even then it doesn't need to be that height. It can be just high enough as the tree. But what you can do is then start to layer it up like so, and then feed that through the Gemini. That's then going to be a lovely drop shadow. But what I've done on this one here, so I've already cut it out, and I don't really need to have all this excess card on the back. So what you can do, run it through, die cut it, and then either with a pokey tool or a pencil or pen, go around the edge of your die. So just follow all the way around, and then you're going to be left with a faux line all the way round. You can then come along, and of course at this point you could roughly do this because no one's going to really see this edge because it's going to be a drop shadow. But if you still want that kind of natural design like you've got on the right hand side, then it's a nice way just to draw around the outer die to then give you that line to follow. I'm just going to cut away all this excess so it makes it easier to follow the lines. So we're just working our way around. I know I've talked you through many times, same with Lily on our shows, about how I'm keeping this hand still and I'm moving my cardstock with my left hand. All that I'm doing with this hand is closing the scissors. So we're just working our way around. We then get that nice free flowing motion. Because we are moving the card, we're positioning the card into place and not the hand. So as I say, we're just closing. As I get close to the tip, I'm then opening up again and then starting to follow all the way throughout. And then every now and again, just snip away that excess. It's going to be nice and easy for you to then colour. take that one away, and then we're just left in with our outer tree, which even just coming along with your adhesive sprays or something would be lovely on the card of their card front.
Love that.
So what I'm then going to do is, let's go in, I'm just going to use my tacky glue because this is what I would usually use. And I'm just going to come just round that outer edge. I don't need to do too much because of course I've snipped a lot of that excess card away. And then I'm just going to sketch around the outer edge. So I'll always do the outer edge and the top and the bottom. And then what I'll tend to do is just come in and then just sketch in selective areas. So I'm just sketching and just doing little dots in selective areas. I'm not going over each individual die cut piece, just enough that it's going to adhere the layers. I can then come along and then I'm just going to do it side on because it's easier for me. And then what I'm going to do, although I'm doing it side on, I'm still doing it so I've got that drop shadow down to the right hand side. I'm just going to make sure that's nice and flat to make it easier. I'm going to go in, using my tacky glue means then I've got that movability. So I can then just lightly pop it into position, and then I can come along and then I can just do my drop shadow, and then when I can then turn it in on itself, so we can then nicely maneuver that. So each of these elements has got a lovely little gold drop shadow.
Perfect.
Once I'm happy with that, let's just move that one in. Once I'm happy with that, what I'm then just going to do is I'm just going to then press, just hold that down so it's going to grab. So then what I have then done is taken my Season's Greetings 12 by 12 paper pad, and I've just done a matte layer onto the gold as well. The pattern paper was 5 1/4 by 6 1/2. Layer these ones up on my inner layer of my card blank. So if I take these ones off with my double-sided tape that I've already got layered up, we can then come along. That then can go onto the back. And by doing what I'd done a moment ago about drawing around the edge of the die, it also just neatens up the edge. Instead of having this ugliness of excess cardstock on the side, it just neatens it up ever so slightly. In actual fact, it quite dramatically neatens it up. Close that over. If you want to come along and leave this white like I'm going to do, you can do. If you want to ink it, you can do. But what I'm going to do is, because I'm leaving it white, I'm going to have a bit of space left over. So I'm just going to break that up slightly. So I've gone in there with an off-cut strip. So that's going to help fill in the left-hand side. So if I take my tape off of this one, and then I've already stamped out a sentiment. Now the sentiment is that I've used is from the Vintage Snowman. So you'll see that one just in a second. So I'm just going to align that one up. So I'm going to go in here. Now I've not quite made it long enough. So what I'm going to do is maybe about, not even a third of the way down, I'm going to snip. What I'm then going to do is let's line up that first bit. Let's go back and then let's line up from the top.
Okay.
And then you can see I've got this ugly little space. So what I can then do is come in with my sentiment and then infill.
There we go.
So then that's going to break it up. It's going to continue that full line. But then what it's also doing as well, Lily, it's just helping filling in this little space there. And then what we can then do to just finish off, I've got a few extra dewdrops left over, which were from the Say It With Flowers. So what I can then do is just come in, and I'm not going to do all of them, I'm just going to do a few just to show you. I'm going to go in the couple of the dewdrops, and although they're self-adhesive, as I said in that last demonstration, I always like to come along with my tacky glue and add that on. We're just going to come in, let's go in with that one there. Let's just add, just to even it up, let's just do 1 and 1.
So Craig, obviously you cut your lovely tree from the mirror card. We've just had a question asking, do these dies cut from glitter card as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely, yeah, no problem whatsoever. They're going to die cut into your glitter card. Absolutely.
What a gorgeous card.
And then there we go. breaking it up just at the side panel there, but then using your Illustrator pens as a way to then colour in. So yes, your glitter cards and Tura Pearl, mirror, satin cardstock, etc., or your white multi-purpose, and come along with your alcohol pens.
What an absolutely gorgeous card, love that. It shows a few different techniques that you can be doing when you get these amazing Christmas half creator card dies home. That complete collection, 6 dies in total, comes in today for a Platinum Club price of £77.47 or $90.97. Don't forget, if you want to recreate that card that Craig's just shown us, the only way you can get your hands on that fabulous tree die is part of the bundle. That one is not available on its own. Now we've just shown you some incredible colouring techniques using our Illustrator pens. Maybe you're thinking, do you know what, I'm going to be treating myself to those lovely Illustrator pens, but I want some new stamps to get colouring with those fantastic pens. Well, we most certainly have some of the most adorable stamps that we're bringing to you on tonight's Monday Makers. But we're going to give you a little bit of a sneaky peek of some of these deals right here, right now. So if you are checking out your baskets with that All Hallows Eve collection, then you can add these in as well for quite a tiny little price tag when it comes to these incredible penguin stamps. All individual stamp sets with these, so it allows you to cherry pick and sort of build your own bundle and decide exactly what stamp sets you want to go for. Maybe it's just going to be the one, or maybe you're going to go for all of the sets that we've got on offer today. There are options for absolutely everybody. So first up, we're going to look at our gorgeous Christmas hugs. You are getting 5 clear stamps in total for a Platinum Club price today of just £3.19 or $4.76. And these are the most adorable stamps you could ever wish to colour up. They are just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at his little face. You just want to give him a little hug, don't you? He is just so, so sweet. You've got all of your sentiment stamps included as well. And I love the fact that not only have you got that range of fonts, but you've got almost like a range of shapes and sizes with these. So maybe you want to be popping your sentiment onto a strip. You've got Christmas hugs, that will work a treat for that. Maybe you've got circle dies, then you've got more sort of square designs of your sentiments that will work well on your circle nesting dies. However you're choosing to use your sentiments, they will complement that artwork absolutely perfectly. So for just £3.19 or $4.76, you can get that complete, absolutely fabulous stamp set. Love that one. Now, perhaps you want to go for more of the gorgeous designs that we've got as part of this collection. We have got the Have a Nice Day. Yes, pun intended. Again, gorgeous quality clear stamp set coming to you today for just £3.19 or $4.76. You've got the adorable little penguin going out on his ice skates, out on the ice rink, having a super, super fun time. Colour up your penguin in whatever colouring medium you choose. Of course, we've got our fabulous illustrators on the Shop the Day page, but maybe you're going to go with your water-based mediums, perhaps use your aqua pens or even your colour blend pencils. You'll get fabulous results with a range of different mediums. And once again, you've got all your gorgeous sentiments, which will complement that design perfectly. Perhaps you're not a big fan of your colouring. Well, maybe just colour up the penguin and then paper piece your hat and your scarf and your little boots over the top. So you're not having to do too much colouring, but still getting a very, very effective finished result with these fabulous stamps. We have another of the gorgeous designs coming up as part of our fabulous cute penguin collection. Next up, we have our Making Spirits Bright. So let me find out. I believe it's, oh no, Making Spirits Bright. Bear with Hold the Line Caller. Christmas Blessings. I'm not sure if we've got this one, guys. We might have to show the guys at home a little picture. Our Making Spirits Bright. Let's have a little look at that one, what we're getting. Oh, yes, look at him. Oh, he's adorable. I can't believe we've not got him. I'm very disappointed. He's ever so sweet. He's run away as our little penguin. But that one, exactly the same with this one. £3.19 for that fabulous set of stamps. You're getting 5 stamps in total, clear stamps. So clear that we can't even see them. But they're absolutely gorgeous design with your penguin. Think of adding all your glossy accents onto the little lights, or maybe it's going to be your sparkle pens. Just such a sweet stamp set. Absolutely love that one. Think of all your different colouring mediums that you might have. Think of using your illustrators alongside that gorgeous little penguin. And then, of course, by getting all of your matching sentiments, you can really finish off your makes. Whether it's going to be Christmas cards, maybe it's going to be gifts, maybe you're making all of your gift tags to go on all of your presents, or maybe you've even got photos onto a scrapbook page using that gorgeous little stamp as an embellishment. Perhaps you've gone on a trip to the North Pole, perhaps you've been to I have to say, I know we're super excited, I know the website is super, super busy. We've got a few sneaky little gremlins, a few little Halloween gremlins that have hijacked our system, so we're just going to have to we're going to have to turn it off and turn it back on again, quite frankly, as is always the fix with any sort of technological problem. So we're going to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets. You broke our internet pretty much, it's been so busy, but hopefully we're going to just turn it back off and turn it on again, and we will be back in just a few moments. So sit tight, we'll be back very, very soon. Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. I think, fingers crossed, we have fixed those naughty little gremlins out and we are back live. But hopefully it gave you guys at home a chance to actually check out those baskets, because I heard in that little break, we thought we're busy 1 minute and then we get busier and busier and busier. I cannot literally believe how busy we are this morning. We knew this collection was going to absolutely fly out the door, but this quickly, I don't think even me or Craig or even Nicola in my ear, quite frankly, could predict it, because this is literally, it's coming in. Oh, apparently George, Mr. Know-It-All, he predicted it. Oh yeah, he saw it coming apparently. Anyway, George knew it was coming, but this is proving super, super popular. This is your All Hallows Eve collection. It is our biggest Halloween collection of this year, and my goodness me, we have got a big year of Halloween launches coming up. All this week we've got our amazing Crafts Spooktacular event. You'll find more about that over on the website, but today it's all about the All Hallows Eve collection, and I've just had a stock update and I'm looking at the clock and it's not even 12:30, and like I did mention earlier, that middle show has shifted back an hour, so we'll be starting that at 3 o'clock, 3 while 5, but looking at not even 12:30 in the morning, half the stock's gone, guys. Half the stock of this has flowed out the door, and I'm not being funny. We didn't dip our toe in the water with this one. We saw how popular that Sarah Sig collection was last year, and we thought, you know what, we are going to have to order in some pretty big quantities because we don't want the guys at home missing out. But unfortunately, that looks like the way it's going to go. This is going to sell out. It might be today, it might be later this week, but honestly, this is going to fly out the door. Half the stock gone. Not small quantities of this that we've got, but remaining, we have not got an awful lot left. So if you do want to get your hands on this collection, you're going to have to move pretty swiftly. But perhaps you're just tuning in and you're thinking, Lily, it looks great, but I want to see exactly what I'm getting for my money. Well, I can show you exactly what you're getting as part of this incredible showstopper bundle. And my goodness me, you are getting an awful lot. So first up, we have got our incredible Halloween pumpkin treat box. Isn't that just the coolest design, allowing you to create your 3D treat boxes with absolute ease. This is coming up in the next demonstration, so Craig's going to show us quite how easy it is to create the most fabulous treat boxes for maybe all of your Halloween candy. Perhaps you're going to be having that on the dinner table. If you're having a Halloween dinner, you're going to be having little favours in there. Or maybe you're going to cut off that lower section of the design and just use that as a topper and not use that as a treat box at all. So you can start to see you're getting lots of options, and that's just the first of the sets within this incredible collection. Then we've gone to embossing folders, and look at that amazing spooky scene that we've got on there. Think of embossing that just literally on your black card, and then adding a little bit of gilding wax, and you have got quick and easy cards, but still have an absolute ton of impact. Looks great on your black card, like we can see there, but bring in your coordinating stencils and you can start to pick out some of the details that you see on your embossing folder. You've got those stencils that allow you to add the colour to that design, but these are also completely standalone. Use these on their own to build up your own backgrounds, to build up your own scenes. Bring in all your different colours of inks, whether it be your water reactive, maybe your duet inks, or even even your shimmer inks will change up the look and feel of those incredible designs. Talking of stencils, we bring you even more designs. So many stencils included as part of this collection, so it really is a fantastic opportunity to get out all your different inks, or maybe even your shimmer sprays. Perhaps it's going to be some of your texture paste or your shimmer glitter paste as well. Lots of different options, but super cool Halloween themed designs. And then we're even giving you the opportunity to sort of build your own ghost, or maybe your own family of ghosts, using these incredible masks. And don't forget, you get both the positive and the negative, and you get all the face stamps as well, so you can really start to add the personality to these. I mean, look at him, he just makes me giggle. I think he's absolutely fabulous. Think of that for your home decor, for your party invitations. It will work an absolute treat. And then for me, you know, I do love my stamping and my colouring. These would work amazingly with those illustrators. For me, it's got to be my favourite set within the collection, because you can just have so much fun colouring up all these incredible designs. Love the fact as well that some of those sentiments will fit onto your little gravestone stamp. And we've got a real mix, like Craig was saying earlier, of different types of styles. It can be super cute and sweet sort of Halloween. It can be slightly more spooky and ghoulish and more grown up if you want it to be. But I love the fact that you get the sentiments. They're a little bit quirky. Yes, you do get your traditional happy Halloween, but you've also got sending bugs, kisses and Halloween wishes. Absolutely love that one. We've even got edgeable designs included as part of this collection. Love this for paper piece, and I think that's going to work amazingly. Cutting it in black, maybe some of your orange Centura Pearl or even your linen card added behind there would look incredible. And then we're bringing you so many different embellishment dies that you can really start to build up the most incredible designs. We saw in that first demonstration with Craig how amazing these are when you drop shadow those designs, add the black cardstock behind the eyes and the mouth of that pumpkin. Maybe you're going to be cutting these in all your specialist card, like your mirror card. Maybe it's even going to be a glitter card, but you're going to have so much fun adding these, whether they be the finishing touches to all your creations, or whether you're going to actually start to build them to make them into that focal design. They are going to work amazingly every single time. That sentiment is just a must-have for all of your Halloween creations. I think that's fabulous. Then of course we are bringing you all of those finishing touches in terms of your embellishments, and I always say your embellishments are so important for all of your cards. There's just that full stop. They are that little bit of something that really do elevate your makes and take them to that next level. Dewdrops included, and your gems as well. You're getting your different colorways in your gems, and you're getting your different sizes of both your gems and your dewdrops. And then to match in perfectly, we've got the coordinating colours of ribbon, 3 different colourways, 3 different widths of each, all satin ribbon. Ties the most gorgeous bows, great for your gifts, great for your treat boxes as well. Just absolutely fabulous. And then of course, it would not be a Crafter's Companion collection without the most stunning 12x12 paper pad. We have become absolutely renowned, and for good reason too, for our 12x12 pads. The quality is of course absolutely outstanding. I mean, not being funny, it's Crafter's Companion. We do not do anything by halves, but the designs are absolutely second to none, and this is just typical Halloween. You've got all of those Halloween colourways that we expect from that season. We have got all of the most incredible designs. But something that I love particularly about this paper pad is the fact that it's uncoated. So go in there with your inks, bring in your gilding flakes, your gilding waxes, maybe bring out that paper distress tool and start to shabby up the edges. Maybe you're going to be doing folding techniques and tearing techniques. Double-sided, of course, with that more bold design on the front, and then the reverse is a little bit more subtle, so great for all of your backgrounds. That's your 12x12 version, 24 sheets in that one, and then we're bringing you yet another 24 sheets, but this time it's been scaled down for a cheeky little 6x6 paper pad. Great for your smaller cards, perhaps you're doing gift tags or smaller designs, then that's going to work an absolute treat. But same designs, just scaled down accordingly. And then finally, of course, we have to bring you that matching cardstock, A4 in size. It is 24 sheets, 250 GSM. You can see when we start to bring in our ribbon, or we start to bring in our amazing gemstones, how everything is being colour coordinated absolutely perfectly. You've got all of those gorgeous typical Halloween colours. But don't just think about this for your Halloween crafting. For me, this is one that I'll personally be stocking up on, that is for sure. Love my linen card. I think it's got such an expensive look to it. But you look at your browns there, you're going to be using those all year round, particularly for autumn. That purple, think of all your princess cards, all your pretty, maybe your Once Upon a Time collection. match perfectly for that. That green is going to be amazing for all of your foliage. Maybe you like making your paper flowers or your foam flowers. That'll work a treat for your foliage. And quite frankly, black linen card, we can never get enough of that, can we? So that's going to be one that you'll be using day in, day out when it comes to your crafting. Now, if you're looking at that and thinking, I love that collection, but Lily, I'm just like you. I love the paper, I love the card. I need more of that. Then we have got the perfect deal for you. When you're going for that amazing showstopper, which comprises, yes, everything that I've just shown you, and you pop into your basket that amazing paper collection, that paper collection will then be coming to you for half price, giving you that ideal opportunity to stock up on all of the paper and card. And that comprises your A4 card, your 6x6 pad, and that 12x12 paper pad as well, which is absolutely outstanding. So your full collection, that full showstopper, is coming to you today if you're part of our amazing Platinum Club for £76 or bang on $100. Absolutely incredible deal, absolutely incredible collection. And my goodness me, we are so busy. Over half the stock gone now, and we are not even at the end of our very first show of the day. We've not even technically launched it. We've got about another couple of hours till this actually officially launches. But of course, you do not have to wait for that. And so many of you guys are heeding our advice and getting in nice and early. Now, I did say we're going to show you how easy it is to work with that amazing pumpkin treat box that you're getting included as part of our collection. And I know Craig is itching to get in another demonstration. So Craig, it's straight over to you.
Rightio, let's go in with our pumpkin. Now, I'm going to be using the linen cardstock that you get included, but we're going to strengthen it slightly on the back of it. Now, what you're going to do, you'll be familiar with when it comes to all of our templates and stencils, you're simply going to draw around. So I would recommend using a pencil, because then of course you can then take the eraser and rub out any additional lines that might be left over. Although when it comes to myself, what I just tend to do is just cut on that inner line so we can remove any pencil lines.
Great tip.
So you're just going to go in and you're going to draw in all of these lines. So these are going to be your score lines, and then of course we're going to go into the eyes. We're then going to go into that typical pumpkin jack-o'-lantern mouth. It's like that opening of Halloween movie. So what you're going to do now, for this one to actually make a treat box, what you're going to do is then flip it on itself. And then that means that you're having to avoid any of the trying to work out what way goes what way, how do you twist, turn, draw on one side and then just flip it over. I've done it so you've got that linen texture on the surface, and then of course you're just going to come around. You're going to take your scissors and then you're going to start to draw around. Now what you'll see in a moment, the little stalk, you'll notice that when I've come to cut mine out, I've just cut over the top of it. Now what I mean is I've eliminated that little stalk. So if you have trouble with the little stalk, maybe you find it a little bit too light and flimsy for what you're making, you don't have to use it. You can just chop it off. And I mean, chop it off on the cardstock, not the actual stencil. Yeah. But then you can come along and strengthen it as well. You know, if you really want to use the colour that's within the linen cardstock and you wanted to add strength, you could always come along and then pop it onto the back end of a multi-purpose card or something along those lines. But what I've already started to do, I've gone in with one of my my gold pens. Ooh. So this is our gold metallic pen. Now this is the 3mm nib. Let me get a bit of a scrap just to do this, because what I've done is I've gone around the edges. So I've gone in and then I'm just simply just drawn around the edge. So I'm starting at one area and drawing around, and then I'm just going to follow that all the way around. So I'm putting the edge of my nib up against the edge of the cardstock. So as you can see, I'm partially drawing onto my card and partially drawing onto the edge of my linen. I've already done this bit, but I've also gone in and I've done exactly the same. Now, when it comes to cutting out, I'm quite confident and comfortable cutting out with my scissors, so I don't get any little feathering when it comes to cutting out. If you do, then this is a nice way to eliminate any of the white feathering of the cardstock. But then if I remove that one out of the way, we've then got our pumpkin, where I've just gone around and I've just highlighted along the edges.
Lovely.
What I've then done is I've done exactly the same on that one here. But what I'm then going to do is I'm going to come along, I'm going to bring back in that stencil again, and I'm going to go in with a piece of our vellum.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in now. This is just an off-cut piece that I had, so it's not exactly to size, but it doesn't matter because once again, I am just going to cut this out, but I'm going to end up cutting it out slightly smaller than the actual pumpkin itself. So I'm just going to realign that again ever so slightly and then just finish that off. That is a very, very rough shape as to what I need. And then what I am going to do is I'm still going to follow the lines because then we're still going to see within inside this treat box. So I want it to be semi-tidy, but what I'm still doing is I'm coming in a good couple of millimeters in from that inner edge. And then what that means is we're not going to see any excess vellum sticking out the edge, because if we cut this to exactly the same size, okay, yes, it's perfect, it's the same size, but you might see little bits of the vellum just sticking out the edges. So just still following the template, that's then going to go onto the back. So we can see if I go into here, I've still kept it semi-shape, but then we're just adding that little bit of neatness. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to come in with my tacky glue for this, and I'm going to go round the eyes. I'm then going to go round the additional eye, going to go round the mouth, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little recap around all this area ever so lightly. Doesn't need to be exact, plus you do not need a lot of the glue whatsoever, of the tacky glue. It's just a nice way to then get a different look when it comes to the finished project. Because I could leave this without the vellum, but the vellum, not only, although vellum is very, very, very thin, it's still adding that little bit extra structure. Same with having your layer of your tacky glue. For something like this, if you're using your linen cardstock, it's about gaining areas of structure when it comes to building and combining. So then all that I need to do is I'm going to come in with my scoreboard, and then I'm just going to follow my score lines that I've already put in with the pencil. I'm then going to go in once again and score in, and then I just need to finish this one just here.
Any top tips for, because we've had a question coming in from Mary. She's saying, how do you get such a clean cut around the eyes and mouth? Do you have any, do you use your scissors for that, or do you use a craft knife?
So I use both.
Okay.
So what I mean by that, when it comes to cutting out, I will always use scissors, always use scissors. But what I do is, let's roughly cut this excess away, and I'll do one of the eyes to show you. Let's move that out of the way. So what I like to do to start with is cut the centre, make it easy for yourself. So I go in with my craft knife, and it doesn't need to be neat. All that you're wanting to do is take away a section.
Okay.
So take away a section, like so, take that out. And then same with the mouth. So all that I'm doing, as I say, I'm not being precise. It doesn't matter how this looks, because we're going to neaten it off with our scissors. It's just about getting as much of that gubbins away as possible, because if you go direct in with your scissors, what you're doing is you're fighting with all this cardstock. And because it's such a small area, what you want to do, and it's just like what I was doing before about cutting out, you want to cut away any excess, and then that stops the fighting of all that extra card. So I go in with my craft knife, and now this gives me what I call is like a running cut, because I can now go in there, and then I can easily move my scissors without all this excess cardstock in my way. So I take a run and a cut. And if you watch me on any of the Template Library Expansion Pack videos, educational videos, I do this quite a lot. I go in and give myself a run and cut. So I can do it with this one again. So go in, get myself to a comfortable position that I can then take a run and cut, and then I can go in and then just curve that around, finish that off. And then if you get any little fibrous little nicks like I've got into there, just neaten it off. But then it's just about taking that excess cardstock away, and then it's just about neatening it up. And then if you do find you've got any little bits, it's not quite as neat as you would like it to be, then this is where that little tip with your gold pen or something like that, silver pen would work, any pen would work, just to go in, neaten it up, just taking away any of these little fibrous bits, any little pencil line that you still see, just taking that little bit. But if you take out little sections at a time with the craft knife, and then at this point, instead of me having to pierce a hole with my scissors or fight with trying to get in there, I've eliminated that excess, so I can go in, start on that triangular element of the teeth, and then follow all the way round. I've got open space at the back here to move my hand, and then all that I need to do is travel. Don't worry about doing it in sections either. So if you wanted to kind of like stop at this bit and then go in and finish this middle section, you can do. Do what's easiest for you. But my key tip, the main tip, is if you take away any, even like to this bit here, this little bit, although it's a tiny little bit of cardstock, it's enough just to get in the way. So just snip it away. Snip as much of the excess away as you possibly can, and then you're left with a nice little piece of cardstock left to cut that you can then just come along, follow on, like this one here. Instead of going in at that angle and then cutting, what we've then got is the ability to do the run and cut, because it's easy to then follow along and then travel all the way up. So into sections, finishing that one off, and then what we can then add that little corner snip. So I'm not going to then do, of course, that other end, but you can see there, I've now got that from the eye and then that side of the mouth. I've got that nice cut. There's no feathering, no nothing. I've just got that nice, crisp, clean cut. So if you go along with your craft knives to start with, take away those little pieces so you're not fighting with them, and then hopefully that will be a helping hand for you at home in giving you the nice, a nice smoothness to the edge of your pumpkin.
Thank you. Hopefully that helps you guys at home. But like we always say with fussy cutting, it's just a case of practicing, isn't it? Practice definitely makes perfect.
Definitely, for sure. So I've just gone in, I've just used my eraser and just taken out those lines there. What I'm then just going to do is I'm just going to come back in with my cardstock, and then I'm just going to finish that base off with my gold pen. I'm going to use my ruler, because this is quite a thick layer now because it's folded on top of each other. I'm just going to draw a line and then lift, and then I can do the same within that one there. Draw a line and then lift. So what I'm then going to do at this point is, before I start to assemble it, so this is where, by flipping over that template, this is where it's then going to start to then just flowing together. Now, as you'll see within these ones here, you don't need these tabs. You don't need them on both sides. So what I'm then going to do is I'm just going to come along. What have I done on this one here? Let's see.
I think are they both the same?
Are they both?
No.
No. No. So should that now should that have been on that side?
Possibly.
I think it possibly could.
So I think the template was right, but then was the vellum on the wrong side?
I've just gone and cut on the wrong side. So let's just continue.
Learning curve?
With what we've already started. So I've already started to cut out the apertures within the eyes and the mouth. And it's a good way just to show that, yes, it's fair enough. Make sure your template's the right way, but then after that, when you come to then layer up your design, so whether you're using your gold pen or you're using your vellum, also make sure you're attaching it onto the right side.
See, we were halfway there. I mean, we drew around
there.
the right side, but...
And then, like that extra one there, I don't need to waste that, because I can still use that the next time I use and make another template.
Absolutely.
I can use that.
As well, we've had a question. Can you get two, i.e. like the two halves on one sheet of A4, or do you need two separate sheets of A4 to create one? I think you'll need two sheets.
You need two sheets, yeah. Yesterday, I stood for about 10 minutes just trying to work out the different configurations, but it doesn't matter which way you twist and turn the template, unfortunately. Yes, you will need two separate pieces of A4 cardstock.
I think you'll still have a few scraps left over though, so if you
Oh
need
gosh,
little embellishments, you've still got plenty left. It's not like it's edge to edge A4, but you will need 2 separate sheets. But of course, don't forget, you get all of your incredible linen card included as part of the collection. You're getting 4 of each of the different 6 colourways, so you do still have plenty to be playing with if you're going for the showstopper. But of course, don't forget, when you pop that showstopper into your baskets, and then you also add in that bonus buy of your paper and card bundle, that paper and card bundle then miraculously becomes half price, which is an absolutely great opportunity to stock up on those papers and card stock that's come to you as part of this amazing All Hallows Eve collection. Just an absolutely stunning collection. I mean, how much fun is this? Creating your own treat boxes, amazing for Halloween gifts for the kiddies going out trick-or-treating, to have on your table if you're having a Halloween dinner, maybe just to have as a decoration, maybe going to hang it from the ceiling in your house. But these are just so much fun to create. Nice and easy, as long as you draw around the right side and stick the vellum on the right side. But once you've got that nailed, honestly, these are super, super easy. But of course, if you want to go to town, add in lots of your embellishments, maybe you're going to be going for other launches that we'll be bringing you throughout this week, then absolutely be doing that, and you can really elevate them and take them to the next level if you so choose. But there is something for absolutely every level of crafter when it comes to this incredible collection.
There we go. So we've got it the right way this time.
Yep.
So let's just fold these ones in. So let's take, sure, yes, I thought I did have a bit of vellum already cut.
Perfect.
So let's go in, and so now that I know what is the right side, let's go back in with the gold pen. So I'm going to just start on that inner eye and then do as I showed you before. Now you can come along with things such as your little finger daubers and any of your inks if you want to, or maybe you just want to come along with one of your alcohol pens and do exactly as I'm doing now, give it that darkened shape. Alternatively, if you want to then add extra dimension by blending. So maybe you want to then use that curvature stamp that came with the pumpkin shaped card based dies. You can then start to do that, or maybe just do your own design. Or again, any of your thicker pattern papers that you've got at home. So if you've got your pattern papers that have got that thicker weight to it, then you could then start to use them. So you've got so much scope, and that's the great thing with dies and templates, is that you can then come along and then you can use your own card, you can use your own papers. I mean, for instance, this, you could decorate your own cardstock, you know, with your shimmer sprays and all of your different inks, and then come along and then die cut that, you know, or if you like to have balloons at Halloween party, weigh this down, and then this can be a balloon weight to then weigh the balloons down. So there's lots of ways you can use it, not just as in treat bags. Again, at this point here, chop off the tabs at the bottom and then use that as a card front if you wanted to. Put your acetate at the back, and then this could be a shaker. So many ideas when it comes to the template forum. So I'm just going to go into there. So I do need to then just go in, and then it is just a little bit bigger. So this one yesterday, so when I cut around this one yesterday, I drew around it on the template and cut it exactly to size. And that's what I was meaning before. If you cut it exactly to size, which I know it might sound a bit strange, saying cut it exactly to size, but you might have a little bit left over. It's just about the way that you position the actual vellum. You might have just a little bit that's just popping out the edges, like I had there a moment ago. So I'm just pressing that down. So then this is the way that we're going to have it. So you've got two upside down, or you can see side by side. So what we can then do is then we're just going to come along here, and then with that base one, we're going to go in. Now this is where you've got that strength when it comes to the base, because you've got your 2 layers of your linen cardstock. We're then just going to position that bang center over the top, and then you can see we've still got room to move our tabs. What I'm then going to do is I've created a little matten layer on these inner panels here, and I've done it with a little bit of a gold mirror. And that's because in a moment, because I've used the vellum, we're going to add a little battery operated tea light.
Oh, lovely.
So that's going to capture some of the reflection from the gold, and this one is like an orange coloured battery operated tea light. So you're going to get a capture of the bounce back from the gold, but then you're going to get that flickering look through the vellum as well. So you're going to get kind of the best of both worlds. So I'm just going to go in, taking my tape off. So that was our gold mirror card, and I've just done a matte layer that's a little bit smaller than the base layer. And then the green cardstock that I've used, that is from our collection. So it's the linen cardstock from the All Hallows Eve collection. That's then going to go into there. We can come in with this last one here.
And that's going to add more strength as well, isn't it, with those extra
words
layers?
right out my mouth, yeah. This is going to add extra strength as well, Lily. So it's doing a couple of different things all at once. So then that is the basis done. And then what I'm going to do within this one here, so I am just going to use, I'm actually going to use my red liner tape for this one. Both the glue and the red liner tape is good for this one. And although with our tacky glue, we don't need to hold it for long, I am conscious of time. So I'm quite confident that when it comes to dry adhesives, I can get it where I want, when I want it the first time. If you are a little bit unsure, then use the tacky glue. You've got a little bit of maneuverability. So I'm going to take both sides off at once. And then all that you're wanting to do is now, you're not going to see this through the vellum as such. You're only having to be cautious of what I'm about to show you if you can see all the way through. Just make sure that that part of the pad or the tab doesn't start to show through either the side of the eye or the mouth. So you can do it face on. So all that I'm going to do, and I would usually do it this way, I'm going to do it that way up above for you to see so that you can see what I'm doing. So all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to come along, and the edge of this tab here, I'm just going to come just to the edge of that pumpkin. And then I'm going to do the same on this one here. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to start to lift, and then the edge of that tab at the top there, I'm just going to come in so it's just coming to the edge of the pumpkin there. I'm just going to hold that in. We can then come along and take the backing off of this side here.
And is this the 12mm red liner that you're using?
It is indeed, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
It is indeed, yeah. So when it comes to boxes or anything like that, I tend to go for the 12mm because it usually fits whatever tabs or box lids that you're creating. So once again, I'm going to go in, and then I'm just going to go, and I'm just going to make sure that's sticking just to the side, just here. I'm then just going to then tuck that one in. Now, once again, I would usually do it face on because I can see just here, but I'm doing it this way so that you can see at home, just to the edge of the pumpkin, and then press in. So that's how it's looking within the middle, just here. And then all that I'm doing is I've already stamped these ones. So these ones, Lily, are from our Boo to You set that we've got here. And then I've also then just come along with the cat and also the spider web. Now, when it comes to those ones here, they are also from that full All Hallows Eve collection. Let's put the little cat just into there.
Love that.
Let's then come in with the spider web, and I'm only putting a bit of glue onto that centre bit so I can lift these ones up. I've then got the Trick or Treat and Boo to You. So let's go in with the Trick or Treat just into there, and then let's even just pop one. I've got another cat. We'll just kind of do the same on this side so that we've got something on each. This is just the black card within the bundle. Let's pop that one there, and then Boo to You. This is just our black noir ink pad. Perfect. That one can then go into there, and then there is our little, oh, he's just come off, let's just pop him back on. Our little treat box, you could put little sweeties in there, you know, if they're going trick-or-treating or if they're going guys in. And then what we can then do, turn on our little battery-operated tea light, and I know, of course, you know, it's very, very light within the studio, so it's hard to see, but it gives you that little indication, that little idea that what's going to happen is the lights then going, oh, I didn't know we could do that.
Oh.
He's going, he's going.
Oh, yeah.
You can just start to see that just coming in from the mouth there. But of course, as it's darker in your house or your room, that's really going to start to shine through. So you've got your Boo to You, you've also then got your Trick or Treat, which is your pumpkin template from that collection.
Amazing. Wow, just goes to show how easy it is to put together the most fabulous finished 3D creations. Now I'm going to get Craig to line up his mates to get that voting in just a second, but I'm just going to quickly answer a quick question. We've got a question coming in from our one of our new viewers, Helen. She is new to crafting. And I know I talked about this stencil set, and I talked about a positive and a negative. Just to clarify exactly what I mean, it's not a daft question at all. If you don't know the answer, then it's definitely not a daft question. What we mean by positive and negative is we mean that outer piece being our negative piece, if you like, and then the positives are the pieces that pop out. So rather than just give you one of them, we give you the outer and the pop out pieces. So you get both the positive and the negative. One will allow you to create the ghost in ink, and one of them will allow you to create the background in that ink design. So it's completely up to you. You get both the positive and the negative. That's exactly what we mean by that. So it's almost like a 2-for-1 with that fabulous stencil set. Now we've only got a few more minutes left on the show, so we're gonna have to get over to Craig and get that vote in pretty sharpish, because oh my goodness, there's 3 absolutely stunning creations and I can't wait to see what's going to win a demo of the show. So Craig, what have we got to vote for?
Rightio, so we've got 3 to choose from, 2 of which are from All Hallows Eve, but we've got number 1, Full On Elements from All Hallows Eve. We've got number 2 from our Christmas half and half Create a Card dies, and then number 3, once again, from our All Hallows Eve collection there, combining the elements from the template. 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. 3 absolutely gorgeous mates. It's Christmas versus Halloween. What is going to win? I'll be interested to see what you guys go for, but just a couple of minutes to get that vote in. But before we come to the end of the show, we are fast approaching the end of the show, and we're fast approaching the end of our stock when it comes to this brand new All Hallows Eve collection. Oh my goodness me. Approaching 60% of the stock sold. We are at not even 1 o'clock here UK time. This is officially supposed to launch at 3 p.m. UK time. Don't forget as well, we've had a slight show time change to our middle show. So Wake Up Call, exactly the same time that you know and love. That 6 o'clock last show of the day, exactly the same time. But that middle show of the day is being shifted back an hour. So it starts at 3 p.m. UK time. That is going to also be 10 a.m. if you're Central, or 7 a.m. if you're Pacific time. So it's just shifting back an hour. Don't worry, it's not any shorter. Still that 2-hour slot, but it's just shifting back an hour. And when we're talking about nearly 60% of the stock gone when it's 2 hours till that launch, I'm not quite sure how long this is going to stick around. It is proving ridiculously popular, but we absolutely knew it would. I'm going to quickly whip through the designs that you're getting as part of this amazing showstopper. For £76 or bang on $100, you're getting that fabulous treat box stencil that Craig's just shown us. Then we come on to the most incredible embossing folders, which also come with matching stencils that you can use with or without. Use them separately, use them together, lots of different options. Then we come on to our fabulous Fright Night stencil set. All of those gorgeous stencils are coming to you as part of that collection, and also within that Fright Night stencil and stamp set, you're getting your fabulous, as I've called it, your Build a Ghost. Then we've got stamps included. Aren't these incredible? You get all your icons and those amazing sentiments as well. We're even bringing to you edible dies as part of this collection with that super fun pumpkin design. We're bringing you all of these, as I call them, like builder dies that you can use as little embellishments or build them together to create focal points for all of your cards and other finished projects. You're getting so many of these designs included. You just saw that amazing cobweb used to great effect to embellish that incredible treat box. Then we come on to even more embellishment dies. Then we have that super useful Happy Halloween sentiment that you just know you're going to be using on so many of your Halloween makes. We're even bringing to you embellishments. So we've got dewdrops. I mean, we saw them on that second demonstration. Nothing to do with Halloween, but Craig was using his dewdrops on that Christmas tree. We're also bringing to you ribbons included. You have all of your luxury linen card. You're getting 6 different colorways, 4 of each, 24 in total. We're even bringing to you 2 paper pads, 12 by 12 inches inside. double-sided, 24 sheets of that 180 GSM when it comes to that one. Exactly the same designs though in your 6x6 format, so scaled down those designs to fit into that fabulous smaller scale pad. Oh my goodness me, and if you want even more of that incredible cardstock on papers, make sure you go for your bonus buy, because when you add your showstopper and your bonus buy, that paper and card bundle becomes half price, making it even better value for money. Details of that at the bottom of your screen. My goodness, what an action-packed show. It's been so busy. I cannot thank you all enough for your company. Of course, a massive thank you to Craig for the most incredible demos. But demo of the show has to go to, I have to say it was actually my favourite, not that I can vote, but number one is demo of the show. What an incredible make. So much more inspiration coming up from Craig throughout the day. That launch day show, 3 o'clock, of course, UK time. Shifting back just an hour, but we will be here for a 2-hour extravaganza. So many demos coming up from Craig, and of course, an opportunity to have another look at that incredible All Hallows Eve collection. Wow, what an action-packed wake-up call it's been. I really hope you can join us for the full day of shows here on Crafters TV. It's going to be an absolutely amazing week, let's be honest. It's our craft spooktacular event, and it has certainly kicked off in style. We'll see it in just a couple of hours. 2 hours, don't forget, break between these first two shows, but we'll be back at 3 p.m. UK time for lots more fun. Take care, and I'll see you in a couple of hours. Goodbye.